Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio. This week we're still touching up on some Star Wars Legion. I picked up some Stormtroopers, and when I was airbrushing the clones a couple weeks ago for Shatterpoint, I did some Stormtroopers for Legion as well. I like to spray when I spray white. You know, you don't want to spray pure white. Although I did spray the pure white ink, but I went over it with an ivory. I believe it was a bright ivory from Procreal, and to give me a base. So now when I come back with the highlights with pure white, maybe ivory and pure white, it's going to really pop. And I'm going to put bright ivory on a higher area, and then I'll come back with a white and I'll put a smaller higher area on that. And that's kind of what we're going to do, just to pop these Stormtroopers. And I'll show you these Stormtroopers. Like I said, they're already painted. They're ready to go. I mean, they look pretty good as is. Whoops. They look good as is. So anyway, we're going to make them pop a little more. And also, we're going to highlight the guns, the black, real quick. I'm going to touch on that. That's one of my staples that I use. I use rubber, secret weapon rubber, which is actually, they don't make it anymore. But you can use any gray, like a blue gray of sorts. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And I'll catch you in there. All right, we're going to start off here with some bright ivory for the first highlight. What I did is, again, I'm going to go over the process of this white that I've done here. What I did was I primed it black, I zenithal it with white ink, and then I actually came back with bright ivory and airbrushed it over the top and kind of spot sprayed it here and there. And then I've painted the black and I've done the wash. So he's all pretty much done except for highlighting. The black needs to be highlighted as well. We'll go over that as well. So what we're going to do is use the bright ivory just to do some touch-ups here and there. I mean, just for instance, I mean, there's some stuff here. It's going to give him a bit of a gritty look. More of a 3D. See how that pops? Oops. And that'll dry a little bit. So we're just going over some areas here. All right. See, like right here, we got a little of the black wash. Take that away a little bit. Highlighting on him with the bright ivory, I just went over the higher areas everywhere I could. It might be a little tough to see on the camera because it is white, but it is there. And now we're going to do a mixture of white and the bright ivory and do a smaller dot on the higher area. And then we'll do that all over. All the higher areas I just touched, and then we'll come back with the pure white. So let's do the pure white and the bright ivory mix. All right, now we have the bright ivory and the white mix down. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera. Where I'm looking, it's really tough to see, but I can see it in person. He's really starting to pop a little more here. Some of the areas a little rough. I'm trying to get rid of some of the wash lines, which it's actually working out pretty well. I'm gonna have to go back and touch up the mouth probably because I got a little white on there, but that's no big, right? All right, so now we're gonna go with pure white as a highlight, and we're just going to touch some of the higher areas, the highest areas, and that's it. All right, let's do it. There we go. We have the pure white everywhere on the highlighted areas. Let's see, we did very high. We did the top of the head. We did all the little tiny high areas. Not, you know, the very tips of everything is what we did. And you can really see the difference. It really makes this Stormtrooper pop. Now what we need to do now, and you know what? Let's stop there. You can always go further with this. I mean, I can see places that I can go back and highlight and just keep going, like, you know, the inside of the legs. I can really work on that if I'd like to. But you know what? We're not super technical here. We want to get this stuff to the table, make this as simple as possible. And white's not the easiest color to do. Like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I did a real subtle highlight with just the rubber, and now I'm going to pick up some of that bright ivory and mix it in with the rubber. Instead of pulling out the rubber highlight, which I actually have, I'll just mix it with a little bit of ivory and touch up a couple little high spots on that black. All right, let's do it. There we go. We've got this trooper highlighted. Real quick, real simple, not super technical. Just throwing some color on there to make it pop a little bit. He's looking really good. Once we get that base on there, he'll look really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish all of these guys up here using the same process I just used to highlight this one. And then I will base them, and then we're done. All right, let's do it. Let's get a comparison of a highlighted model versus a non-highlighted model. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but big difference in person. He's just much brighter, much more vivid. All right. Let's see, what else? Who else do I have? Not highlighted, highlighted. Let's take a look. Ooh, I got to do the orange on this guy too. Highlighted, obviously, not highlighted. He's going to be fun to highlight. Anyway, I want to do a quick comparison so you can see the difference between the two, highlighted and non-highlighted. And this, I've got to paint this orange. Maybe I'll catch that on camera and highlight that as well. All right, let's do it. All right, all these guys are now highlighted with the bright ivory and the white. And now we will move on to the white. Just pure white on, and we will hit just the top areas. I just want to give an update. All these guys are done. The first one we did, this guy is complete. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell the difference. Let's look. Put it on the. This is highlighted. This is only mid-toned. Not even quite mid-tone. Yeah, mid-tone. All right. Now let's get. I think we have the highlighting down. Let's see. We did bright ivory, bold white mix, and then we did just pure white, and it turned out great. And we used just rubber for the highlight on the guns. And I'll be basing these later, and we'll get a final shot here in just a little bit. But that's it, guys. Real simple. Airbrush and then a little bit of brush work. Never use pure white when you're painting white. Do an off-white of something, and that way you can highlight out to white. It's white's fun. You got to practice at it. It takes a while. I get better and better and better the more I do it. These guys are really great. I'm really happy with these. So let's get these based up, and we'll take a look. All right, let's do it. Well, there you have it, guys. We touched up white with ivory all the way to white. So what we did is we airbrushed it like we always do. We primed it black. We did the zenithal white ink, and you could have stopped and gone from there and highlighted that. But what I did is I went in, I sprayed a bright ivory over the top, let that zenithal keep my dark spots, and then we highlighted from bright ivory all the way out to white. So basically we went from bright ivory to bright ivory and white to pure white. Okay, and when you're doing your wash, be real careful. Be careful getting those lines, because you can go back later like we did and touch some of those lines up to make them look a little more crisp. Anyway, guys, it's just the little things. They were great as is. I just wanted to show you you can touch up white, but you don't use white. Anyway, guys, real simple stuff. We got a ton of stuff to do. I got lots of new videos. We're in a new studio now, and I'll give you a grand tour of that here in the next week or so. But just getting everything settled in. It's been really exciting. So stay tuned for that. So anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And I'll catch you next week.